Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, Cinema Brothers.
Action.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, Cinema Brothers. I'm Eric.
I'm Ajit.
And I'm Edrin.
So today we're going to be reviewing the best Indian romantic movie that has been running the longest in Bollywood history from 1995 till today, which is 28 years.
And the movie's name is
Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge.
So this movie was starring Shah Rukh Khan and Kajol, which has been a great. They have given a great performance for this movie. They worked really hard, and also the late Amrish Puri was starring as the father of Kajol, who plays Simran in the movie, and Raj is played by Shah Rukh Khan. We also have Anupam Kher, who plays the father of Shah Rukh Khan.
And well, this movie is played in India in a place called Maratha Mandir, and well, many people go there to see the movie like almost every day, and they sell more than usual tickets.
28 years.
Yeah,
I have never seen any movie running for 28 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
They haven't given the movie a Guinness Book of World Records title yet.
Yeah.
So the characters of this movie, Raj and Simran, a guy and a girl, they meet in Europe, and knowingly and unknowingly they fall in love, and later on they have to go their own ways, right? And they realize in the separation they realize that they love each other. And so this movie is all about how the guy Raj goes over to win the bride, not just the bride but the family as well. So, and this shows a different aspect, a different perspective of how Indians would characterize their themselves in this movie. So talking about the story of this movie, we're gonna be talking about how the Raj and Simran meet in Europe, how they're both NRI, but they live in London, and they meet there, and as Simran is about to get married, but Raj and Simran fall in love, and they move to Simran moves to her home village with her family, and Raj fall in love with Simran. So he goes over there. He goes to his home country, Punjab, and he tries to win over.
Yeah, he tries to win over the family and charm everybody in the family so that he could, win the bride.
Win not only just the bride but the family also. He does it the Indian way.
Yes, Simran always says to run away with her, right? But Raj always tries to convince her by saying that when it's time, her dad is gonna give her hand to Raj by himself.
And this also gives a significant point, how even though people still go Indian people, even if they go far away to other countries, they still have the Indian way to do everything. They're still truly Indian. They're Indian by heart. They're showing this through the details that they give, what the actions that Raj takes, that Simran takes, and the families. That's that's the main point of the movie.
So why is this movie so important? It has family drama, comedy, action, and romance, and a happy ending.
And I believe that this movie is a foundation to the Bollywood that we know today, and how the movies in it are created. Every actor is inspired by SRK. Everybody looks up to this movie to take little bits of details and scenes from that movie, inspired, how they can make it again, how they can make it again to fit into a more creative movie.
Yeah, and that's why it's running for so long, because before they only used to do action movies, but Shah Rukh Khan came and then started with romance movie, and it was actually all-time blockbuster. And So, and he's very well known for that movie also.
So talking about an important aspect of this movie is the time period that it took place. It released in 1995, where at that time most Bollywood movies were making remakes of like South Indian movies or other any type of movies, and that wasn't going really well for them. And so it was a very big step when Shah Rukh Khan came in, and his first movie was in 1992, where he played a role. And so as he made more movies, he he made Bollywood better. He introduced a drastic change to where with his roles, like in, for examples, movies like Dur and Bazigar, where he played negative roles. And so like that, so he played negative roles in that movie, right? But in DDLJ, he plays Raj, a lover, which would be very hard for Shah Rukh Khan to make the transition between the two roles.
As he was saying, Shah Rukh Khan, he kind of introduced Bollywood to a new phase when he planned to do DDLJ, and after the movie released and it turned out to be a big hit, the Bollywood fans and Bollywood members, actors, directors, producers, everybody, they thought of new ideas instead of just remaking South movies.
Director Yash Chopra, he convinced Shah Rukh Khan to do this film because Shah Rukh Khan said that he didn't want to do this film because he was playing negative roles, and he kept doing it because it was like all the movies that he was playing in negative roles, it was being hit, and he kept want to do the roles. So he didn't want to do this. He didn't want to do DDLJ, but Yash Chopra convinced him by saying that if you really want to be famous, then you have to do this. You have to play this role.
Yeah, and I pretty much think that if SRK had not done this film, then it would have probably been the biggest mistake of his career. Because as people know, as SRK fans know, and everybody else, DDLJ kind of actually launched, like, it took a major role in launching his career. It actually put him in the high standards of acting careers and everything.
With this movie, Shah Rukh Khan was able to differ from how he would normally have his roles, like the negative roles. He was able to play more various roles now because of his acting. Everybody loved him in this movie. He did a great performance, and we just Shah Rukh Khan was very different from the other actors. That's why he was able to save Bollywood at that time, where they didn't have that much fame. Everyone thought that Bollywood was not going to make it anymore, but then along came Shah Rukh Khan. He made this amazing change where Bollywood was back on the top. They stopped making too many remakes of South Indian movies. They actually brought a new face to Bollywood.
About one of the main leads, Simran, played by Kajol, and well, I think that Kajol in this movie had an amazing performance, and she was beautiful. She's excited. She had a lot of feelings in the movie that made the movie so how do you call it, hype, right? It made the movie so hype, and well, I guess she did a good job. In the movie, she was equal to SRK, and well, she had a lot of expressions that whenever she was in a scene, it would look like she was the main attraction, but then she wasn't. But then she at the same time
give the same performance that was necessary.
Yeah, and whenever there was an actor doing a bad job, right? She would always bring the actor aside and then bring them out of attention, and she would perform her performance.
Let's talk about the Shah Rukh Khan character, the Raj character. His father is a businessman, so that's why he's a brat. He's spoiled. He always likes to hang out with his friends, and he doesn't care about anything. But when he meets Simran, Kajol, he respects her. He protects her and then but throughout the whole movie, right, he has like an Indian heart. He respects her a lot. He protects her, and his love back, he like crosses the boundaries.
The next topic I want to talk about is the fatherhood that is shown in this movie. So the two fathers are Raj's father and Simran's. So that's Amrish Puri and Anupam Kher. And so to describe Amrish Puri's character, I want to say that he's the type of father that's very strict. He's very conservative, and he doesn't want any he's very Indian. He's like very traditional. He's culturally like very infused in what his cultures are, and so like he wants the best for his daughter, right? But he also wants it to be the right way, and that's however, like it's very different from the character Anupam Kher plays, which is Raj's father.
He's very liberal.
Yeah, he's very liberal. He's like a cool dad. He lets his son do what he wants, and that's why like Shah Rukh Khan has that type of role where he's like he's kind of immature, and so like his dad is like he lets off his steam. He doesn't get angry at him too much, but he still cares about him. He loves his son. He lets him after, even though he doesn't graduate, he still lets his son go out on a tour in Europe. So I think that was like one of the points where it would show how Amrish Puri's character is different from Anupam Kher's. So one of the iconic scenes of Anupam Kher was when you remember the scene, guys, when Anupam Kher is like he's saying that all the grandfathers.
He's like showing Raj his great
all the
grandfathers and Anupam Kher's father, and he says that
his grandfathers and everybody, they failed in India, including himself.
Yeah.
But then he says to his son that he failed in London, and then he's so proud, and then
he's being
sarcastic. Obviously.
Yeah, they're like they're like drinking, right? And then when he tells them to hold the cups, and then his dad like kicks him, and he like and then he kicks him.
That was one of the funny scenes of Anupam Kher. Yeah. Let's give our credits to the supporting actors, who are the late Amrish Puri, Karan Johar, we have Farida Jalal, who else do we have?
Parmeet
Sethi, Anupam Kher,
Satish
Shah, and what was this? The Chutki sister's name?
And Pooja Ruparel.
Pooja Ruparel, yeah.
As a supporting actor, Manjari Bedi also played a vital role as Kuljit's sister, Priti, who has a type of affection with Shah Rukh Khan when they meet in the family house.
They played it was a very important supporting acting like
the chemistry
role. Yeah, the chemistry, and one of the most vital roles I think was the mom played by Simran's mom, played by Farida Jalal, it was a very she gave a very well performance. It was very vivid. It was emotional. It was like she actually brought her feeling there. She did amazing acting, great performance, and her acting performance was great. And another character I want to talk about is Amrish Puri.
Yeah, and as people know, Amrish Puri stars in a Hollywood movie called Indiana Jones, The Temple of Doom, where one of his famous lines is Kalima.
He plays a negative role in that movie, Indiana Jones.
Let's talk about the music. It's very good. It's very melodious, and it's pleasing to your ears. And as a whole album, it sounds very good. And one of my favorite music in the movie was Tujhe Dekha To Ye Jana Sanam.
I think that the music in this movie is what really connects us watchers to every scene that the movie displays. Like, if our protagonist was in the fields, for example, in the song Tujhe Dekha To Ye Jana Sanam, music really captures us, and it really leads us to that scene and how every character in a scene feels and then makes us feel the same way.
It brings a sense of relevance to how the audience can connect to the love that Raj and Simran have, and it really like it drowns the audience in their love as with themselves. Like throughout the story, it creates a type of flow that resonates within the audience, and like it really brings the movie alive. It's a very unique aspect of the movie.
And also the music was composed by Jatin-Lalit.
तुझे देखा तो मैं जाना सनम.
Okay, talking about the creator of the movie, Yash Raj, he's very well known for his movies. They're very famous, and most of the movies don't have a lot of action besides the movie Dur, which was a little bit of action with Shah Rukh Khan's negative role. And in this movie, he didn't originally have action either, but Shah Rukh Khan insisted because he felt like there was a little bit of action missing from the movie, and that it would
bring a little bit of hype to the
Yeah.
movie at the end.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for the action at the end, then the movie would like be dull.
it wouldn't have been exactly how we see it now. Like it would have just been another Indian movie. But I think that was also like a small detail that was very important. It really gave a sense of difference between like how most love stories are and how this love story is. And this near the end, it really captivated the audience as well, because they were like, what's gonna happen? They didn't know. It was very suspense. It was thriller. It was the action also gave like a different perspective of, rather than just having like love throughout the whole movie, just romantic and comedy, and just like adding a little bit of action in there. Then it was like a mix of feelings that the audience would get, I believe.
So guys, just imagine how the ending of DDLJ would have been if there was no action.
Yeah.
Like no hype, nothing, no blood, no weapons, no action, and like it would like how would the audience feel like seeing all romance?
They would have had the same mood throughout the whole movie. It wouldn't have really been too much of a change, because they've been seeing love the whole time. There's no break in between.
Do you think that the audience would like it if there was no action?
I mean, it wouldn't have been the same hype that it is now, because it's been running for like 28 years now, and I don't think it would have been like the same like resonance that it has now.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for the action in the end part, then the movie wouldn't be like too good, because it would be like
wouldn't be
romance
what it is today.
non-stop. So, and you know.
So guys, comment down your opinions below.
The fight in the end part, right? I think that was like a chance for Kuljit to prove his point. Because throughout the whole movie, he looked like he looked very aggressive. He was like a macho man or something, and you know he was like
he was just a face.
Yeah. And so like that's what Yash Raj, I think he does. Like he gives a significant like role for every character. Like each character has their own parts in the movie, where they would like give a significant change, where they would add like bring about a different turn in the movie, or like bring a different mood, a different like perspective of how like the audience would view the movie, and like also how the message that's being given would go on to the audience.
Yeah, and also like before when you said that you know Shah Rukh Khan insisted on the fight scene, I think like Yash Chopra like agreed to it, right? But also thought of something else that you know like he could also represent something else in the fight.
Like include another character.
Yeah.
And in the action scene, you can see that there's a gun. Yeah, Shah Rukh Khan has a gun. He points it at the Kuljit dude, right? But then people would have thought that the action would have ended right there, and it would have been the end of the movie. But as it turns out, he drops the gun and starts beating up the guys, and that's where it brings
Goes beast mode.
The thriller.
Yeah, that's
it brings
where
thriller.
another important turning point that would also like view the Indian audience, like how Shah Rukh Khan did not actually shoot the gun. He actually just started like using his actual fist, like another Indian, like true Indian traditional type of like element that they added in. Why is this movie so different from other love stories now and back then? So talking about a Hollywood movie, Titanic, which released 2 years after that movie, they were both love stories, right? One of them was a true story, the Titanic, and one of them is fictional, DDLJ. So the difference between these two movies is how how DDLJ gives off a different type of vibe than normal love stories would have. In the Titanic, it's a true story, yeah, about a guy and a girl on a boat, right? And how they fall in love. And so like describing how Raj and Simran and Titanic love stories, they're very different because of the environment, the things that lead up to their love, their surroundings, the plot of the story, and how DDLJ still like it relates to audience members like now too, because of they can still watch the movie now. People would search up the movie and like see it over and over again, and like they would still review it like us, for example. Even after all these years, 28 years, people would still review it, people would still watch it because of how unique it is. It's captivating scenes, it's iconic scenes, and all the characters.
And also, I would like to give credit to Kiran Kher, the wife of Anupam Kher, for naming this movie.
Dilwale Dulhania
Yeah,
Le Jayenge.
Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge.
We saw it. We probably saw it in an interview, I think.
This movie was different during back then because as Shah Rukh Khan was getting his way into Bollywood, he played villainous roles. He played the villain role, and well, this movie, the DDLJ actually brought him to a new role, and since like he himself was in a different phase, and Bollywood also was in a different era, and everything else so everything for everybody was kind of new.
Yeah, it was like a significant change that happened to Bollywood, and it would really bring up how films were made and how like films were gonna be made after that. It really made a significant turning point. That's how I would describe it.
And Aditya Chopra, Yash Raj Chopra, the father of Aditya Chopra, the director of this movie, he consulted Aditya Chopra as this was his first movie in directing.
His father assisted his son in a film.
And he really made a good choice because people still love how the way he directed it. It really was really good. It was
every scene is memorable.
Yeah, it was It was very iconic, and he did a good job directing the movie.
DDLJ is a cult classic movie, a all-time watchable movie, and I think this is my most favorite movie of SRK, and I would and then I would rate it 9 because of like the romance and action combined. It was like overall it's a good movie.
Yeah. In the IMDb rating it's 8.0, but me personally I would also rate it 9 because of how Yash Raj was able to make a whole family package, like of how all the romance, the little bit of action at the end, the comedy, the plot, the storytelling, and he really did a great job combining all of these and fitting into the story, making it smooth, and it was very capturing to it captured the audience very well. That's my opinion of how this movie went.
For me, I would rate the movie like 8.9 because the point 1, right? When you guys watch the movie, you guys can see the supporting actors, Karan Johar and some other dudes, right? During the end of the movie, for some reason, they disappear. They go out of existence. like
Putting aside all logic though,
as the movie goes on, the characters slowly start disappearing out of the script and everything, and then the only characters remaining are Raj
the main
and
characters.
Simran.
So when you're watching this movie, you would have to put logic aside. 'Cause that's what happens with most Hindi movies. So you would have just focus on the main plot, the main story, how the story's going, and not really focus on the logic, because that's what would draw you away from it, like the little flaws that they have.
I mean, IMDb rating Indian movie 8 is a pretty big feat.
Yeah.
I mean, still back then movies were good, but
It wasn't that good.
It wasn't that good.
Yeah.
And IMDb for it to be rating indie movie and SRK movie called classic 8 is just a big feat.
Yeah. This is the end of our review for DDLJ-Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge, and we really want to ask you to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment down below and share this video to everyone you know. And
Smash the notification
smash
bell.
the notification bell. Thank you for subscribing to CinemaBrothers, guys. Shout out for SRK and his new movie Pathaan.
We already watched it 2 times.
So, go break all the world records. CinemaBrothers, signing off.
Back off. Take 1000.